Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of which of your memories are genuine and which ones are made up. Well, the reason I'm talking about this subject is because usually they say that the experiences that we have are basically whatever we have interpreted out of them, and if they are positive or negative, it really depends on how you've interpreted it in your brain. And that's a very interesting thing to me because I feel that a lot of what we experience as a kid, for example, we will experience very differently than as we are as adults. And also depending on what kind of traumas we've had or what kind of experience we've had for one thing or another can lead to different ways of thinking and different ways of experiencing stuff. And the fact is, what is exactly genuine? Really, if you look at an ant that is looking up at us, well, they see these big giants, whereas from our perspective, we are looking at minute little ants. And it's very reversed when we look at it from one way or another. And I do think that the perception of the world is very different from a tree's perspective, an animal's perspective, an ant's perspective, and maybe other beings that we don't even know about. And I think that is very interesting to take into account. And the fact that a lot of things are very new to us when we are young, when we are little kids, when we are little babies, a lot of stuff is very new to us. So all these experiences that we encounter as a very young little kid are going to feel very different than whatever we experience as an adult. As an adult, we are sometimes kind of negative. We're less excitable. We just kind of look at things and just accept them for what they are. But the truth is that every experience in the world is basically new. Even if you've experienced, let's say, sushi or pizza 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, well, that experience of the moment is different than whatever you can remember, because the only thing that really counts in life is the current moment. But I do think at the same time, the fact that we have a lot of nostalgia for the past stems from the fact that the memories that we do have are not entirely genuine. We always say, hey, in the olden times, or you've maybe heard people say, hey, in the olden times, things were like that, things were better. But it's because we tend to forget about the sad things, we tend to forget about the negative times or the pains that we've had, and we tend to stick to the positives in some way. But yet at the same time, in the current present moment, sometimes we do stick to the negatives, which creates depression and creates a lot of different issues. But definitely, whenever we'll reminisce on a memory from the past, it's not going to be 100% accurate, and actually the brain is going to interpret it in a different way. And that's why, for example, a memory that we've had as a kid can be talked about by so many people around us, and we don't actually really remember it, but we remember the story that was told because maybe we were too young to remember things very well, but because that was something that was talked about in the family a lot and stuff like that, then you tend to start perceiving it and tend to start remembering it as if it was happening. And that's why we're able to do memory modification, where in torture they're able to, for example, make people believe that they've done something when they've never done it, and they actually start believing it because they just want to get out of that pickle. They don't want to be tortured anymore and stuff like that. So the memory is a very strange thing, but it can be accurate, but sometimes it can be completely disaccurate or inaccurate, and it can also be changed, which is kind of scary. So that's why they say the people who write history are the people who win the war. So that's it. That's all I have to say on the subject. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.